welcome back to EGL13. I'm of course Spencer, I'm joined by the wonderful Ton. We have TEC taking on Epsilon right now here at EGL13, and well, the series started off a little bit interesting. TEC took it in the first map, which was crazy. Second map, Epsilon, business as usual, S&D, looked confident.
Very, very confident. I mean, Epsilon going to come back into this one, but something I want to mention, guys, we obviously are partnered with JD.
Yes.
See, one of the biggest retailers within this company, and obviously we have a competition going on, gd.egl.tv.
Had to have a quick glance.
Yeah, I did. I don't want to get it wrong. But obviously, you go to that website, you can get yourself applied into the competition that we have with JD. 12-month supply of trainers. Every single month you get a trainer of your choice from JD Sports.
Pretty cool.
And they have a pretty decent selection.
They do.
I
And
mean,
if it passes the Chris Turn style test, you know it has to be good.
I mean, yeah, the trainers are good. Yeah, they're good. They're good. That's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, jd.egl.tv, and we'll get it right eventually. But you go there, you can win yourself a supply of trainers. 1 pair every month, can't complain. I mean, 12 pairs of trainers, it's not enough for me. I've got more than that, but, you know, if anything, it's
how many pairs of trainers do you have?
Probably, I think I'm about 16 now.
Wow.
It's become an obsession. It became an obsession a while ago, and it's...
What's your favorite type of trainer? If I said, Ton, I'm going to buy you some trainers, what trainers would you want?
Depends what type you mean. I mean, what
I'm going to buy you some...
we can go for days about this.
Well, just give me a brand.
Give you a brand, right. A6, right, big fan of A6.
All right, well, there you go, guys.
Big fan of A6.
That's the first
big fan of Nike. Hey, you know, just go, you buy me anything. I'm a whore. But let's jump into the game now. We are going to go on board Blitz Warhawk, and it is going to be TEC taking on Epsilon. Game sound comes in, and first kill is going to go to Tommy, taking down Lewis.
And Tommy actually has another couple of players running straight at him. I don't think he really anticipated that, but he does go down. But don't worry, Jud is there. He's in the enemy base, and he has a cap. But at the same time, Flux actually, not going to happen. Tried to slide that one in. 1-0 lead. Oh, red. Okay.
What? Jake's
check.
probably just sitting there shaking his head and thinking, COD. But with Jud at the moment, 2-0, 3 streak for him. And is this potentially normal service being resumed from Epsilon?
Just playing it smart, playing the waiting game, waiting for some teammate support. Player over at White Van, going to need his teammates' help here. Goes for a challenge. Not really sure why Lewis challenged that when he had that head glitch advantage, but
what was his plan?
I don't know, but Josh is going to be waiting just around the corner, and TEC needs to get a cap here, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to, and that's going to be a 3-0 lead now in favor of Epsilon.
But we do see TEC all over the Epsilon spawner, and Swanee is going to shut down Flux. Excellence did shut down Dinge. Sorry, Dinge, I do say Jed. They really need to change that. But anyway, Swanee does take down Excellence, and they do stop that attack. That was coming from TEC, and I think we are seeing Epsilon step up the game here. Yeah,
just a little bit. Lewis starting off a little bit slow. He started off in that Domination Octane very, very hot. If you remember, a 5-1 point streak. Excellence and Flux have just got a couple of kills, though, so... And maybe able to try and put some pressure on Epsilon, and you see Epsilon really just pinned at the back of their base right now. Flux is making moves in towards post, though. So TEC could try and get themselves their first cap of the game with 2 minutes gone.
Well, still, but with Flux looking for the kill on mid-map, and that's just going to create a little bit of uncertainty in TEC's mind. They're going to push forward, but they have to be careful because they do know that somebody from Epsilon will be pushing forward, as we can see in the mini-map on the top left-hand side. Going on, Flux is not going to be able to push through there anytime soon with all the Epsilon squad watching Tommy. Obviously going to take down Lewis as well. Sorry, Excellence is going to come in there and clean things up onto Josh. I will get it right. 6-3 from Excellence, but at the moment Lewis is letting that team down just a little bit. 0-5 from him. Josh 1-4, but he does have a capture to his name. This is looking pretty good for Epsilon. 1.5 through the first half. And at the moment, Epsilon looking very good.
Ooh, wobbly. I thought Epsilon was going to win that gunfight, but wasn't able to do so. So he's going to have to just back off a little bit. And you can see that's giving so much control of the map really to Epsilon. A big gunfight goes down on that American side. It's Josh and Excellence left last man up. He knows he has to do some big defensive plays. All he can do really is call it out to his teammates. Josh is going to push through, has the support of a teammate. He's going to pick up another kill, this time on Flux. And now it's TEC's turn to do some base defense.
Yeah, they're going to need to do it. It's all of Epsilon pushing through. Tommy now picked up a 2-piece there, but TEC have answered back quite nicely. Lots of kills going down. Swanee going to be on the offensive. And needs to make sure he makes some kills here. Oh, TEC are going to gain some map control. Swanee sticks out the second one. Jake does clean up though, and they are going to be able to push out, but Epsilon already there to meet them halfway.
Yep, you see one player, Jake, wants to switch on to his screen. He goes down, so TEC really are pinned right at the very back of their base, and this is just good map control really being held by Epsilon, not allowing TEC to push forward at all. See Swanee just chilling by the car. Doesn't really need to do anything else at this point.
Yeah, you know what? They have the 3-0 lead. I would expect them to probably defend from the front a little bit more than where they are. But it's working out for them in the minute. And 1 minute and a half to go. 3-0 lead. Looking pretty healthy here. And TEC, you know what? They haven't really threatened.
The great thing about Blitz is if TEC are able to get a couple of kills down, they will get some back-to-back caps, and Epsilon will see their 3-0 lead just evaporate. So turtling in your base isn't necessarily always the best thing to do. And Swanee looks to his right-hand side. He goes down. 3 players down. It's going to be left to Tommy. Tommy needs to go big now on defense. He's got a couple of players pushing him. He's not going to get nothing but hit markers. But TEC not able to get the cap just yet. Who is that last player?
Josh.
Josh just went huge on defense. 2 kills.
You know what? For me, Epsilon put themselves in trouble there, though. I don't know why they dropped back so much. Maybe they thought somebody might have been in there behind because they think, right, okay, we need to drop back because we're not sure where everyone is. Potentially that might have been why, but they did put themselves in trouble there. They got out of it, though, and that's the sort of thing they can afford to do in some situations. You know, they can afford to make a little bit of a slip up because they can be there to regain that 4-0 now. And it's actually working out very nicely for them as TEC finally get a point on the board with only 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Looking very, very good for Epsilon, not looking so good for TEC.
So the big play really is top left of your screen. TEC actually do manage to defend their base quite nicely. And that's big. That's going to put the deficit now just at 2. And there's going to be one more player. It's going to be Jake, who's just pushing. He has the smoke, but there's 2 players lying there. Swanee picks him up. He had to go through Josh as well. So with that said, realistically, last player to get a cap could be Josh. He picks up a kill. Has a couple of players left out to his left-hand side. He goes down. 7 seconds left. One more push from Flux. He goes down. 4-2 at the half. And TEC, you know, they kind of spruce to left, but Lewis, 2 and 9 ton. 2 kills in 5 minutes.
Both run and gun game modes.
I mean, every game mode. Flux went 1 and 7.
Yeah, they've had that player sort of letting them down a little bit, and it could potentially cost them. I mean, they got away with it first map because Excellence had a bad game, but they still managed to walk away with it because Flux just went off. At the minute, they're losing. They have somebody go 2 and 9. I think he needs to pick it up if they want to come back. But it is only 2 points. 2 points you can go like that.
Yes,
so
it can. You just get a couple of kills in the enemy base. You can relay train very, very quickly, but it's going to be about, really, for me, TEC's defense. 4 players pushing out right side. That is just...
It's a bit crazy.
I'm not sure whether it's ridiculous or
a bit
brilliant.
outrageous.
I mean, they're giving up a cap 100%.
Oh, yeah, they have, but they potentially get one. But Tommy is
But now they need to get one. It isn't about they can get one. They need to get one. They just gave up 2 caps. No one's even gone back to their base. So I'm going to go ahead and say that was a crazy, reckless play.
Yeah, it was a little bit reckless. I think in that situation, they've gotten a little bit...
I mean, there's thinking outside the box, and then there's eliminating the box altogether and just... Yeah, just
there is no box.
Yeah. We're getting all philosophical right now.
Yeah, okay, 6-3 is now the score as TC do get one on the board at the minute. It's not looking great for them. That was not the best of players. Josh and Jerd coming in there with some kills and Epsilon putting some pressure onto the enemy base here. Now Flux coming up with a kill onto Josh here. And TEC got some defensive work to do. They really have put themselves in this position a little bit. I'm going to pop it behind Tin Shed. A little bit later react Jake there. And Jerd is going to walk straight in there. But on the other hand, does it look as if TEC are managing to push out.
Yeah, but still the lead increasing now in favor of Epsilon. This is kind of what we expected. And Lewis dipping out of the gunfight does pick up the kill. There's one more just waiting for him. Meanwhile, Flux off respawn. That's going to leave one teammate in a horrible position. It's Excellence. And Excellence just needs to try and back off here, play for his life. And I think he's going to be able to do that. Wait for his teammates to push up, see if his teammates can get a couple of kills. One player's going to be pushing in. He's going to get a kill on Josh. But I still wouldn't be pushing out just yet. He needs the help from his teammates. Yeah. Jerd's going to clean him up. Flux really not in a position to help out.
Yeah, that door, when you push out of there, it is usually help.
Suicide.
So, I mean, I think it's one of them things where you need to make sure your team are pushing from a different direction. Josh is going to get the kill here. Lots of pushing in. That was the right time to push out. And it is going to be Jerd picking up a kill. Flux is in a good position here to do something about this. He could have still but he gets the headshot and the point on the board. 3 points isn't the difference. I think Epsilon look pretty comfortable, but the scoreline is not big enough for them to rest on the laurels just yet. TEC could bring that back very, very quickly.
They're going to need another couple of caps really to feel comfortable. What they don't want to allow, though, is any sneak caps. And Flux is going to try and make that happen. He shuts down Josh. He looks to the left-hand side. Good initiative, but it isn't going to happen. And a cap does go into the lead. Back to 4. Jerd with 6 caps this game. The man, the myth,
he does
the
everything.
legend.
He does everything.
He really does.
Caps on the board, kills on the board. I mean, if you've got somebody who's an all-round player like Jerd can be, you know, it's a fantastic thing to have. You have players which are specifically good at objective. You have players which are specifically good at slaying. Jerd does both of them just as well as anybody else on the game.
Yeah, it's so true, and it's scary just how talented he really is. And when he puts his mind to it, He becomes a formidable force, and now you see Josh pushing straight through into TEC's base. Now, this is a trade here, but whenever you're behind in Blitz, trading caps is not beneficial.
Nope, not at all.
And look, everyone from TEC, this is a huge mistake right here. I have to point this out. They've all overextended down that left-hand side American, and that's going to leave 2 players from Epsilon in their base. And the big problem here now is TEC need to actually rotate back. The next player off spawn needs to, because, all right, great ton. You know, TEC's going to get a cap from this, but so is Epsilon. That's not reducing the deficit. That's keeping things at level as it is.
Yeah, with 1 minute 40 to go, you really need to do something about it as well. And Flux needs
this is the play right here. Jared, if he gets this kill, there you go. That kill could well actually give Epsilon that victory.
Yeah, well, you look at the time left on the board now. I mean, it's 5 points in it, and you can't really see. I mean, you know, they're just lining up here. Tommy didn't even probably need to make this kill. Eventually he does so. Gets another one on the board, as do TEC. But as said, they did very much overextend, and
you can't do that.
You can't do that.
When you're behind,
when you're in the lead, you can allow yourself to do that, because, you know, you can say, right, okay, we're going to get a cap, we're going to let them get a cap, but at the end of the day, we're just wasting time. But you can't waste time when you're behind. I don't know if they've really... I think they probably thought, right, okay, we're down out here, but...
I mean, yeah, it could be one of those last hero plays before it works out, but I've seen a couple of questionable plays in this blitz, really, from TC. I mean, the 4-man push down Woods Tower side straight off the break, that was questionable.
Yeah, it was. I think the way that they played domination was fantastic. I think, you know, they went out there just throwing everything at them, and Epsilon just didn't know how to handle it. And the minute Epsilon turned around and said, right, okay, we can be a bit more tactical about blitz, we can really sort things out here. They have done. TC Conrad's are back. I think it's not a case of TC have made some questionable plays, but at the same time, Epsilon have stepped their game up. Lewis, rightly so, does lead the game.
I mean, he didn't want anyone to see his stats, but I can confirm he only had 9 kills. So,
yeah.
Sorry, Lewis, just going to call you out on that one.
But
False, bro.
Yeah, 16-8 is going to be the final score.
They need to click together. That's the fundamental issue right now from TEC. Every single game type they've had one player slacking. Every single game type, it was Excellence in the Domination, it was Flux in the Search and Destroy, it was Lewis in the Blitz. You can't do that against Europe's best. No. It's just not going to work. They got away with it in obviously map number 1, but Search and Destroy, Epsilon looked in full control, and this Blitz, well, I mean, when Jerd's running around 17 and 16 with 9 caps, really does set the tone.
Yeah, 9 caps TNM is just recipe for disaster for the other team. But there you go, TEC not looking so good in that Blitz. The domination was fantastic from them, but in the last 2 maps, they haven't looked as good as they did in the first one. But we are going to see a domination map to see if they can repeat what they did in the first map. For me, I think now...
Game over.
I think your prediction's going to be right with 3-1. I didn't think TEC were going to get a map, and I'll be honest, I didn't think you thought TEC were going to get a map.
I did. I had faith. In all honesty, I thought it was going to be the Search and Destroy, though. I didn't think it was going to be domination. Just because Search and Destroy, you can be random, and I expected to see more random plays, really, from TEC, but they didn't really come. Is the headband? Is Jake taking the headband off?
Has he taken it off? No, I can see them, but
no, he still has it.
There they are.
All right, he still has the headband on.
Maybe they need to remove it. Maybe it's becoming a factor in their heads.
Maybe
we're getting a bit too psyched.
Yeah, I think we're getting way too psyched.
We're getting a bit deep. We're going to go to a very, very quick break. We're going to map number 4. It's going to be coming up. It is going to be Strike Zone Domination. Do not go anywhere. EGL13. We've got TEC taking on Epsilon just after this.